But in year 9, when I learnt that Mr. Wotton would be teaching history, I picked it. Right, you have the chance. You get the choice of geography and history. You have to pick one of them, and I'm pretty sure the person I would have for geography, I didn't quite like the teacher, so I just went with the teacher I knew, and he was amazing. It's the first time I ever had him teach me, but I knew who he was. He was a deputy head, and he was just amazing. And when I went into his history class, he, switched my view on history on its head, and I absolutely loved it. It was like one of my favourite subjects, and probably out of every single subject, it was the one I wrote the most, actually, probably because I was most inspired by Mr. Wotton and history, I guess. I don't know where I got this from, but I always looked at history as a book of learning for humans, right? In your own personal life, you'll make mistakes and you'll, do things that make you feel good and things that you regret and stuff like that. And that's all in your past, right? And you look back and you reflect on your past to see what you should do, what you don't do, why to change and things like that, so on and so forth. And history is just the same thing, but just for the whole of the human race, right? And the biggest thing to look at is war, right? It is our biggest mistake. Every war we've ever had are our biggest mistakes. We fight over some dumb things if we really take it back and really look at it. Today I kind of want to talk about Germany and the discriminatory things that would happen to the Jews even before the really terrible stuff, right? There was loads of things going on leading up to it. And that's kind of what I want to look at today because, I was reading a lot about it yesterday and I was, I don't know, I just went down like a rabbit hole. And I was looking at all these things, right? And it's reminiscent of things that are starting to sort of creep in a little bit. Yes, no, we're not having these concentration camps right now. No, not at all. But we are having the remnants of very much before the war, where things just feel a little bit off and things seem to be quite tense with a lot of religions and racial groups and things like that, which is upsetting because I remember when I grew up, we were coming more out of that. And I remember growing up with so many different cultures and races and, whatnot. And I couldn't care less, I was a kid and I was happy and, for the most part. And, everyone got along, to my knowledge, everyone got along, right? And now it seems that in the past maybe 5 years or so, things are starting to really get tense. And it's to do with religion, race and culture, which is nothing of that actually particularly his fault. It's just that other people in this world like to use those things to identify, to have a target, have an enemy. All people with glasses they are racist. Right, cool, so everyone with glasses, cool, we can just shoot them, or we can go for them, right? It's labeling something so that you know who the enemy is. In reality, like, no one is the enemy. Not one group is the enemy, I would like to think that as humans we would, not make the same mistakes as we have. But unfortunately, I think you'd have people, just before World War II say the same thing, right? Oh, we've had World War One. We know the amount of people die from it, the amount of people that have traumatic events from it, people that are grieving, people that are suffering in so many different ways. Let's not do that again. And yet we still got into World War II and we did it bigger and better, than we did the first time. It made World War One look like a capiche or whatever when World War II came about. My nan was the same age as the Queen, and she lived through World War II. And she would always tell me about stories within that time frame, but she never mentioned that it was the wartime. And funny enough, a lot of happy memories, actually. And I think it's maybe because there was so much bad that the best thing to do was to focus on the good. And it was only later down the line, I put things together. I was like, oh, okay, the war was in there, okay, and my nan was born there. Oh, she would have been, and but she told me a story when she was that age. And so it all clicked together. Only probably after she passed, to be fair, that I really started to put everything together, And I would say, most people in World War II, are passing away. Most of them are dead, and a lot of, there are a few, definitely, a few people that are still kicking about, but not many. And I fear that we are sort of forgetting what we did as humans, to each other. Because it is really gruesome. Like, really gruesome. Killing someone, is bad enough. But we didn't just kill. We did some horrible things on all sides. And, we like to, every country will always hide their own misdoings. So when you're in a country and you learn the education system there, they'll always put that country above. It's just normal, right? You go to America, they put America at the top. You learn in the UK, they put the UK at the top. You do that. They do it everywhere. And that scares me that we're forgetting, because I really don't want, the similar things to happen again. Now, I don't know who says it, but they say, I don't know how World War III will be fought, but I know World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones, or something like that. And, it's very, very real. It's very, very real, because it only takes a press of a button nowadays to pretty much end the world. And it is crazy that any of us even thought that was a good idea. It's a very scary thought. But for me, I think it's less scary than what the reality could be. We could, yes, every single person, every single country, just launch their nukes, and we all just, the whole world just, we're dead, right? And I think that's pretty scary, right? Yeah, I mean, most of us will just probably die straight away anyway, and the rest of us will probably die a few weeks later or whatnot, yeah? But the real scary thing is if no nukes are used, ground troops, air troops, real human lives are being tortured, and it's constant over years and years and years and years of fighting and trauma and pain and death, constantly, slowly drawn out over many, many years. And then the nukes hit. That's the scary thing. I think, because that would entail everyone suffering for a very, very long time, and then right at the last call, when everyone's backed up against a wall, nukes are thrown, and it ends it all. But it's that long, drawn out pain for a very, very long time. A lot of people say that World War I and World War II are the same thing. It was just a bit of a break, And some people speculate, are we just having a break right now from World War II? I hope not. But if that is the case, the reality is we've all got a lot more resources than we had prior. We all have a lot more intelligence, a lot more, well, maybe not all the way intelligence, but we all have newer things, new equipments, smarter minds. We've all evolved a little bit. If you think that World War II going on for as long as it did was long, World War III, if not ended with nukes, would go on for absolutely ages. Because we all have resources, we all have numbers, we all have more intelligence, and yeah, I think if it isn't ended by nukes, it would be very, very long and drawn out. So, yeah. Anyway, that was my war talk of the day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.